Welcome to the Game Talk Podcast. I'm your host, Brimstone. Joining me tonight is RevTech. As always, we're going to be covering many of the different things that were announced over E3 this week, including last night's AMD announcements. Seems like this is going to be a great year for gaming in the year of 2020. We have new titles to be excited for, new gaming peripherals and hardware, including possibly even console platforms. Let's see how tonight's podcast goes. What do you think, Rev? You think these events were worth watching? Does it get you hyped?
Bear with me with signal tonight. The guys in the stream, if I sound like my internet's down, my main internet's down, so bear with it.
So what do you
bear
think?
with it tonight. AMD event was a victory. Like literally, if you are a fan of CPUs, GPUs, great gaming news, you got it all today. All three.
I agree. Absolutely agree. I am...
Bang, bang, bang.
I'm really happy to see that we are finally moving forward with the AMD guys. Good to see little lady up there doing her thing. Although I didn't get to watch it this morning. This man here did. I fell asleep. I was just too tired. I was going to join him this morning and cover it, but I decided I needed my sleep. So, so what all did they announce? Because like I said, I wasn't there for it. So I know you were. So if you want to give us the FTL on it.
Okay, so AMD announced literally right off the rip, they hit us with the same old mumbo jumbo that we already know. So we already know about the Ryzen 5, Ryzen 7, and the Ryzen 9 that we got at Computex. So we all know what those are. Yeah. They pretty much reiterated their points about it and the fact that they are trying to get the IPC right. And they did state PCI 4 throughout all the processors. They did state that it is a 15% better in performance than what the Ryzen 1 chips were and Ryzen Zen Plus was.
Yeah.
So they did state everything was better. They did state that they just stated out the gate that they were better. They showed off each processor. So they showed off the Ryzen 7 processor, Ryzen 9 they showed off, and they showed off a Ryzen 5 CPU, and they showed frame rates. Each thing it was either comparable to Intel or CPU performance. It was either better or comparable. And they did show off a stream, a recording of a stream that they did at 10K bit rate, which none of us are going to ever do.
But the fact that they can do that is pretty nice.
And they took it all the way to the lowest you can get it in encoding settings. Like you like literally slow on encoding is damn well impressive. On the Ryzen 9, they were showing on 12 cores, you could lower that bitch down
So
to 2.
impressive into making you switch to a single PC setup?
No. No, hell no.
I'm gonna get you
Hell
converted.
no.
I'm gonna get you converted.
Hell no. Until game compatibility gets better over on one PC side of things and it doesn't look as shitty as it does on 2 PCs, I'm going to. But I will tell you, if you are into the CPU market right now and you have an older CPU, right now it's worth it. July 7th. So July 7th for everything. So July 7th and then September for the surprise, I'll get to it. So they showed off the 5700 XT, and they showed off the non-XT model. So the non-XT model is going to be 350, which is going to compete with the 1660 Ti and the 2060, which it does better in streaming and in gaming performance.
Yeah.
So they did show that off. They showed World Wars, and they literally showed it kicking the shit out of it, literally by like 10-15%. So everything you got told today was they're not claiming they're the fastest. They're not claiming they're the best in the world. They claimed that they're better than what they had previously. So everything you got to see was better than what they've had previously. So in performance, you're getting a core step up. You're getting IPCC. You're getting PCI 4.0. You're getting better better hyper-threading. You're getting the FinFET technology there that shrinks it down to 7 nanometers. TSMC is the partner they're working.
Yeah.
And you're getting the Affinity Fabric. You're getting Affinity Fabric. They did say that they're kind of taking with the higher core counts, they're taking the Threadripper approach, and they've resolved a lot of the issues that happen with Threadripper. From what I can see.
And you were saying that they are looking at canceling out the Threadripper, right?
Yeah, because they're giving you more core. I read an interview after the fact, Lisa Su's, that they're working on mainstream processors and Epic line. And they said Threadripper will be either next year or they're just going to delay it indefinitely going forward. And when they showed the graphics card, so each card's going to have it's going to have GDR6, GDR 8 gigs on both. There's no compromises on the 350 or in the 450. Both of these cards are taking on the 1660 Ti, 2060, and the 2070. They did not say that they're going high end with these cards. I'm assuming later date and time they're going to have, because they don't want to outshine what they just released. If you really look at it, they don't want to outshine the Vega 7. I get it. I understand it. They focused on the console. They did say that what's on the consoles and what's going to be coming to PC is going to synchronize together. So development time is easier on the developers. You're going to get seamless transitions between both. And they did say that they did take rips at NVIDIA. Most of the night most of the afternoon stream was taking rips. Their developer guy was taking literal rips on NVIDIA all day long. We're not going to compromise on features. We're not going to lock down features. Our competitor over here is doing this. We're not doing this. Everything is going to be open source to the and can be developed and worked on. We're not closing it down to a certain demographic of people. And you got to see that with they got anti-lag technology now, which is a new feature. They have changed the way we look at cores and megahertz and all this. They got gamer cores now that are for gaming. They did state that they are working with Microsoft going forward, which was good news. And they said all their games going forward that are going to be bundled are Microsoft. So we're getting 3 months of PC Game Pass included with these cards and CPU. And honestly, Lisa Sue hit it out. Everything that I was talking about, I marked out for, and everything that that I was talking about did come true. And
yeah, I think we called it. I think we called the AMD conference in our last cast, dude. I think we were pretty spot on that, and that was just reading into the situation.
One thing I did like, they took a shot at NVIDIA with their basically ray tracing. They showed Borderlands 3 off, what we're getting with Borderlands 3. They have partnered with AMD, I believe, for 10 years. Now, I could be wrong with that in the way I was listening to it on the Twitch cast. They had the AMD. So they did sign 2K, did sign an exclusive contract with AMD for a good amount of time. And we're going to start seeing AMD getting a lot of these companies, Unity, for game developers, they did sign a contract with them. Even Ubisoft has signed a contract with them. So we are getting this comeback story where we are now getting priority. And that's one thing I've been screaming for you. We're getting priority as AMD, loyalists to the company. And I'm excited. And you're getting better processor, better IPC, better taking a PCI lane, and Intel has nothing to compete with it. Like Intel, you saw nothing come out of their camp today that even they didn't fight it. So that tells me they have nothing ready to go to compete with the new Ryzen 9 stuff. Yeah. And then Lisa Sue, just to do the curb stomp. I said this curb stomp. Intel to the dirt. She came out with a 16 core, 32 thread, and I marked out. I was just like, that was just the nail in the coffin for Intel, because Intel has nothing to compete with. You could see. And then she did the ultimate thing where I thought it was going to be like 500, maybe 600. I was shocked with the price of 750, but then when I looked at it and I went, you go look at her i9, high-end i9, they're charging $1,200, so it's like $500, $600 cheaper. So I totally agree with what AMD's doing.
Dude, like,
and
that i9, that R9 though, dude. Like, that's the shit that dreams are made of, man.
Well, they did show recordings, they did show footage, they did not lie. Now, there was one thing that I found interesting that was malarkey too. They were doing thermal testing, and they were showing off the heat sink. They were showing the heat sink, how hot an i9 gets compared to their processor, but they should have pointed it down below, not at the heat sink itself. And I know what heat sink they were using. They were using a Noctua heat sink. You could totally tell what they were. And you could totally tell that they were pointing the heat gun at the wrong. They should have pointed it down at the CPU part. Yeah. They did. That was their fail. Now, that's the one thing at the event that I could say, yeah, they could take an L for that. But outside of everything, they were pretty truthful with their points. There was no bullshit. AMD literally hit a home run today, and they did everything that I've been wanting for them. I really have no complaints here. I marked out. The prices were fair. The prices were hella fair. I thought on the GPU side, I said to myself, they're not going to come in. They're going to come in at like 500. No, 450. And I was like, oh, they're going to come in at 500. They're going to come in at like 400 for the. So it'll be a $50 difference between you. Nope, it's $100. Then Lisa Sue wasn't done there. Go for it.
Oh,
I interrupted you.
No, you're fine. I forgot what I was gonna say anyway, so you're fine. Go ahead.
But AMD hit it. They hit prices. They hit what the consumer wants. They're listening, and they hit partnerships. The trifecta. I was happy about that. I was like, boom, 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 bang, 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 and they were like, we're not done yet. We are on everything. So whatever happens on Google Stadia, what happens on Xbox, whatever happens on PlayStation, it's going to be all optimized with the PC. So anything that has an AMD logo on it, be prepared for it to be optimized and working for AMD.
So in other words, it's just going to work.
Yeah. And they did say that the AMD FreeSync 2 is going to work with 144 hertz or 240 hertz, sorry, 240 hertz HDR 10, and they said that it's going to support everything. And they said that also too, they took rips and NVIDIA a lot. They were like, well, our competition, they're not open source. They did that. They took that rip. They took a rip at the fact that their G-Sync is not for everyone. And they also took a real big shot at the fact of the price. Like their designer or their hardware guy for AMD's technology or Radeon Technologies Group, that's the umbrella under AMD.
Yeah.
Because they're in separate buildings. Took shots in NVIDIA hard. You know, I said I didn't pick up on it to it until I watched it back again, and then I went, damn. You know, let the competition happen.
Yeah. I mean,
I haven't seen that in a while.
I think it's. I mean, like I said, I think it's a little fun for everybody to sort of take a little jabs at each other. You know what I mean? But at the end of it, all that doesn't mean shit unless they're putting up the hardware to, you know, to make the statement come to life. And that was what. Now that I remember what I was gonna say, the only thing I could see Intel doing at this moment is they're gonna do what they did last year, rush out a CPU to compete with the Ryzen setup.
Well, they did that with the Xeons. They just took a Xeon and called it an i9, and it fell flat. And what do we know about Intel now? And I'm not making fun of Intel fans.
No,
but for years they said
you
know, they turned around and they're saying our CPUs are cool. Well, guess what? They're not cool anymore. They're not cool. They run hot.
Yeah, they actually do run like extremely warm. Even like when I first got my i7 4770K, that thing actually ran pretty fucking hot, dude. Like the standard cooler wasn't cutting it anymore like it did for the 920. When I got the first generation i7 920, the standard cooler, worked flawlessly. It was fine. It never overheated and never reached the temps that it started to, downclock itself like my 4770K did. So they've been running hot since 4th gen.
Well, here's another thing. They're now soldering on their IPC to the main chip. So the problem is that with that is it's unconsumer. It's not consumer friendly. Intel's now going to the way of we're not going to be consumer friendly, and it's disappointing. You know, like I used to be an Intel guy. I used to love Intel. I used to rock. You remember me? I used to love Intel and Nvidia. Those two companies have gotten so to the point of greed. I do want competition, and I want it. Like what I said today in my live stream, I was like, this is the competition, and AMD's hitting you with good price. And where consumers are going to go, they're going to go for the price. They're not going to go for a $900 CPU that does less.
I just want these CPUs from AMD to age better because the 8350 didn't age well at all. You know what I mean? Like if you got the Black Edition, you pretty much screwed yourself getting that thing because of how hot it ran. It was almost a must for you to get liquid cooling to get that thing down to a respectable temp just to run a simple game.
Well, but here's the thing with that. You're talking about architectures that were failed from the start. Bulldozer and Pile Driver were just failed from the start. They didn't have a go. They were just failed from the damn start.
Yeah.
And here's another thing. Ryzen's aging pretty well because Ryzen 1 is actually pretty damn good and impressive still to this day. And I think it's going to be impressive as we take advantage of core. Right now, we're not taking advantage of it. We're still in a 4-core, 8-threaded world. You know, and most of the talking, well, at 1080p, it's mostly demanding on the CPU. When you go outside of that, it's now demanding on the G. So, and they did hit those two. They did say most gamers are still at 1080p, 60 FPS. but they did talk about a new demographic of gamers that are coming up the pike, 1440p, 60 FPS or higher.
I'm not even.
So they did hit the one.
And you know what though? Like even with the 1440p stuff, I'm not really all that hyped for it. I'm still pretty happy with my 1080p performance that I'm getting on my Vega 56 card. That's why I'm saying, like, I don't see the point in going higher than that unless the game itself truly looks that much different. You know what I mean? So,
well, here's my thing. Here's my thing with both of the the processors. Like for yourself, for other friends of mine that are still stuck on 6th gen Intel, 4th gen, maybe 3rd gen, it's definitely worth an upgrade. At this point, you should be upgraded. I say this to everybody, and the reason I do is because the prices are good. The motherboards have caught up. It's not like Ryzen 1, where I have Ryzen 1 CPU, or Ryzen 1 motherboard, and it's still got bugs and plaguing problems. Where X470 fixed that problem a little bit more, still got a little, and then X570 now is a monster in itself. Like you're seeing boards with freaking fans all over the damn, for overclocking and whatnot.
Well, yeah, because the boards, I mean, especially if you live in the areas that we do, the board and all your components get heat saturated super fucking fast, even if you do have liquid cooling. I mean, yeah, your CPU might be doing good, but the rest of your motherboard's pretty fucking hot. So I'm happy they're doing that they're actually putting fans on the damn boards to keep that from happening.
So let's get into this meat and greedy of things. So they did show benchmarks. They did show games that take advantage of, they did show the AMD optimized stuff like World War Z. Yes, World War Z they did show off. Yes, I know it's an Epic Games thing. I know some of you don't like Epic Games. We can have this argument all day long about how we feel about Epic Games.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me one way or another. Yeah.
To me, they showed off a bench, and it was literally beating a 2070. The 57 XT was literally beating a 2070. That blew my mind.
You said it was a 15. It was a 15 to 20% gain or something like that.
Yeah, 15% gain, and they were getting like 20 to 30 frames.
That's pretty cool.
And then they showed their competition on the CPU side, and they showed streaming where everybody what their main focus is streaming and production. It was wiping the floor. Intel went 10 seconds and it just completely died in freeze. Where AMD was still chugging it.
Like I said, I still think Intel's going to rush something out, and I think NVIDIA is going to rush something out without thinking. In fact, they're going to pull another 1660 Ti out of their asses. Just watch. It's going to be something different or called something different, but it's going to be around the same ballpark of price to performance, and that's just going to be their thing of, well, look, we have a new GPU to compete with AMD's part of the market, blah, blah, blah. Intel did that last year. They're going to do it again this year.
NVIDIA just needs to give up the low-end market at this point. The mid-range, low-end market, they're never going to win that market because AMD is stomping on them all over the place. Yes. The 590, the 580, the 570, even some of the even some of the 400 series is still being sold to this.
It's almost.
And people
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. It's almost like they swapped places, right?
Yeah.
NVIDIA was the market leader because of what? What were they known for? Driver support. Remember that? They were the number one in driver support for almost a little over, a decade and a half, maybe? They were doing really good. And then they got greedy. The greed's taken over, and now they're not focusing on their driver supports anymore. They divided their driver support instead of doing what AMD is doing. Now AMD is taking that, and they're like, okay, well, now we're going to start updating our shit. What used to be a once in every other quarter moment to now once almost every month. We're getting monthly updates to. I got 4 new optimized drivers since I bought my card, and it's already running games better than it did when I first bought the card. And I've only had this card for 2 months?
2 months, and it's a 1-to-1. That's what you're getting. You're getting a 1-to-1.
Yeah.
And really what it is it's the old NVIDIA approach that they're doing, releasing drivers when games. You don't get that. You don't get that on the NVIDIA side anymore. Now you have to pick and choose. did take shots about that. Now you got to pick and choose what drivers you want on the company, and that is true. Like the average consumer, we're not average consumer. Me and you are not average consumer. We are advanced buyers. We know what when we go to a store, we know what we want before we even buy it.
Yeah.
So we're considered not the average buyer out there. The average buyer.
We're not the ideal market for them. I know.
Yeah. So the thing that they did talk about was, and I agree with Lisa. They did talk about their competition, about how they don't offer choice as far as drivers.
Absolutely.
You don't get one set of drivers.
Yeah.
So the average person that just goes out and buy a preset computer with an NVIDIA hardware that has no clue what they're doing. And when they load the drivers, they're like, should I get the studio drivers or should I get the game ready drivers? Well, now it's the creator driver. Well, it used to be the creator drivers. Now it's called the studio drivers, which people get very confused. Where AMD's clarifying, it's going to be one driver set. You just get and go. They did not talk about, here's some of the things they did not talk about, which was very confusing. They did not talk about reload. They did not hit home about that, but they did say there's... Well, they did state that their software this year is going to get, not an overhaul, but it's going to get some updates that will make it a little bit more snappier and a little bit more optimized.
Yeah.
And they did talk about Microsoft and how them and Microsoft, their partnership, they're working on things together to make more which I found interesting. AMD, hey, they need to hit home runs. They've been failing for a while. Not on the entry level cards, the mid range cards, on the high. So they're focusing on what is their niche. Their niche right now is the mid range market, entry level gamer. So if you're a guy that doesn't have a lot of money to spend on a computer, you just won today. You just won. Like if you're in that $500, $600 upgrade budget, you just won. Now for us high-end gamers, I'm going to keep to my Vega 56 just because right now I got to see benchmarks and I got to really see the truth when it all comes. I need to see the cards on the table. And I got to see all these reviewers before I even jump into going, I'm going to sell my card right now. You know what I'm saying? I've been thinking about that.
I love my card. First off, like there's a few things that that helped me get this card. One of them obviously is you, but secondly, this card that we got, like it performs far better than what the reviewers were saying, and that kind of has me doubting some of the tech YouTubers that I watch, dude. You look at some of these tech YouTubers, and they would have told you that the MSI blower style card was absolute garbage. Actually, it's not.
That was one thing. That was one thing with AMD that I was sad about.
Ooh, it's hot in here.
The blower style. They made it big. I'll give them that. They made the shroud bigger, but to promote it, it's an overclocking beast and this, that, and the third. That's a high like bar they're trying to capture with the freaking blower.
No, I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, if you and I were to have listened to everybody we watched, we wouldn't have owned these cards.
Well, Jay's 2 cents was wrong. I'll tell you straight up about the Vega 56.
He definitely was. Welcome, Jack.
He was wrong. He was wrong, literally, about the Vega 56. He turned it around and said he didn't even have scores for Shadow of the Tomb Raider. And you watched, I shared it with you. The stat. I was getting more frames than he was getting. And doesn't he get sponsored by these phones and gets high-end hardware? Like, how's that possible? Like, I have a lower-end system than what he gets, and he can't even bench it at all at 1080p. That just blows my mind. Not making fun of Jason Sense. Hey, guys, you should go watch Jason Sense.
I love
literally
Jay. I love watching Jay, but I think it's safe to say that it's okay to, like, criticize when we think he's wrong. Like, we're not saying he's a bad YouTuber or anything. I'm just saying, as someone who's watched him since he first started to hear on YouTube, he was
the guy that promoted AMD for the longest.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Like, that's why I give him somewhat of a pass, because I know, he made a good point tonight when he was talking. He said everybody tests differently. And that's true.
Yeah.
Like no one person's perfect. So like one person's benches are going to be better than another, and that's understandable. But like
That's fair.
I wish he would have done a side by side of the 56 and the 64 to show us the differences, and he didn't do that.
Well, glorified the 64 and the 56. If you really think about it, so the only thing, the difference in between the two is the CUs.
Yeah.
The CUs. That's about it.
Right.
There was really nothing different between the two. Now, I wish AMD would.
There's only like a 10 frame difference between the two, right?
Yeah, and you know what I wish AMD would have done, which was very confusing. But when we bought cards, I bought mine for $50 to $70 more than you. I got free games, but you got a great deal anyway. Nonetheless, it was a great deal. What was that?
No, I was agreeing I was just agreeing with you. You're good.
Okay, sorry, here and there you're sounding like robot, so just want to let you know, guys. Just let you guys know if I'm sounding like robot, I apologize now. I am on mobile hotspots, so bear with me. My internet's down. If I can move my webcam, I'll show you. It's down. It's right next to me. It's down. What I got confused with AMD is the fact the pricing skews they had between the 56 and the 64. At one point, they were selling the 56 more money than they were selling the 64.
They were. I remember seeing it. Yeah.
It didn't make any sense. And it was disgusting to me.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. I remember we were up all night looking for the Sapphire edition of both cards, and at one point we saw the 56 selling for $200 more than the 64 version. I'm like, what? Why? What the fuck?
I would have got a Sapphire. I would have got a Sapphire 64. Literally at the time, I would have got a Sapphire 64 if the price wasn't if the pricing wasn't messed up.
Yeah.
If it wasn't freaking messed up, I would have been all over the Vega 64 Sapphire edition. They had one left in stock on Newegg, but they were asking for 600, 700. I'm not willing to go down that rabbit hole like that for a car. I would have rather, no offense, for that price you might as go NVIDIA. If you're gonna go that price, you might as go high.
You might as well go high end. Yeah, you might as well. I mean, shit, you just spend almost $1,000 for one GPU.
So what I'm saying here is AMD is doing the mid-range entry-level stuff. Those two cards that you saw today were entry-level, mid-range. That's where they're focusing on. That's their niche. That's what they should be focused. That's where the money is. For high-end, I don't think they wanted to bring out a card to compete with the. I don't think they want. Let me say, they didn't want to bring out another card that outshines the Vega 7. Then what the hell was the point of the Vega? Why would they release a Vega 7 and then have Navi come out and just kick the shit out? That just make no sense. Now, I think in September or December, I think when the Vega card's been out for more than 8 months, then I think, okay, then let's bring out a Vega, whatever, maybe a 5800 XT or something in the range. I'm assuming that's the next thing they're going to do with like maybe 12 gigs of, GDR6 and, so some of the other technical stuff with the new graphics cards from them, they're using graphite. They're using the basically like Cryonauts or Thermo Grizzlies. You've seen it online. They're pretty much using the same idea. Sorry, I just went to red. Sorry, I was cutting out. They're using. There it goes again. But hopefully you can still hear. There it is.
Yeah, it's cutting in and out, but it's fine. I mean, I can still somewhat hear you. I can still try to make out what you're trying to say.
Okay. They're using the graphite instead of using thermal paste. They're using graphite, little graphite thing between the GPU and the silicon and the what is it? The heatsink.
Yeah.
Which I find pretty cool. So when we take it apart, if ever you want to replace something on it, it's pretty painless. That's one thing I will give them credit on.
Yeah. So now that we got pretty much all of the AMD stuff out of the way, let's talk about E3 in general. Just for a little bit.
Do we want to talk about the games real quick they showed off real quick at that event?
Oh, I didn't know they. Okay, yeah, go for it. You watched it.
So
I didn't.
They showed Borderlands 3. We finally got a skill tree. We finally got a partnership with AMD. So that's for 10 years. I think 10 years or something like that. Close enough. or it could be 10 years, but they decided Ubisoft signed a deal, Unity signed a deal. So we did get some AMD official branding, and finally they're pulling the NVIDIA card and they're buying. Congratulations to them. They needed to.
Yeah.
We got to see the mecha. We got to see the that the gunslinger is using, the chick. We finally got to see it. I think it's the gunslinger, or was it? I think it's the chick or the siren.
The siren.
Saying
yeah.
it right.
The chick
And
with
it's
like
cool
the
because
3 or 4, like the psionic arms that she has.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Now you can jump on top of the mech and you can start fire. It's really cool. I'm there. Day one. I don't care where it's at. I'm buying it. That's happening. Like I love the fact. Like I don't care if it's not the original character. And Tiny Tina, or is it Tiny Tina?
Yeah, it's Tiny Tina that you saw in there.
Okay. So Tiny Tina is going to be actual. She's going to fight alongside with. They
cool.
did say that. They did say that.
I like that. I think that's going to be a bigger hitbox. You're going to get hit a lot easier, but who cares? I mean, it's Tiny Tina, for fuck's sake. So I think that could be fun.
And they also said that it's going to have way more guns than the first 2 games, bigger maps, bigger modes. They did confirm all this, and they also did say the maps are going to look more prettier with AMD's exclusive technology that they're using that's kind of like ray tracing, but it just makes details more sharpened. And you could turn that on or off.
Yeah. I'm fine with that. That's okay with me.
They said they're not forcing this feature down people's throats, but they did say it's just going to make the game a little sharper, and it will not degrade your performance like your competition. That's what they basically kept saying. It's not going to degrade your performance like the competition when you turn their crap on and turn it back. So that was a shot at NVIDIA. They kept saying competition, and then they finally said NVIDIA through the vent. We got to see more Breakpoint stuff for Ghost Recon. Same stuff we've already seen at E3, just basically a little bit more. Same what we saw at the Ubisoft event. It was just a trade, and them basically saying they have a partnership with AMD going forward. What was the other one they showed off? Gears of War came out on, and they said they were revamping the mouse and keyboard support. They said they're revamping it, making it easier for PC gamers. They're listening. They talked about async computing between the Xbox and that, and how it's going to be seamless.
Asynchronous computing between PC and console platform. Yeah. I think that's going to be pretty interesting. And you said that was going to include Stadia with that as well. Pretty much anything that's running the AMD drivers. Or
anything that's running AMD hardware. Anything that comes out from the future that's running AMD hardware, the same RDNA technology, the Navi and whatnot, is gonna. They just said it's gonna be optimized for. Rod Ferguson came out and said this is an easy transition. The Xbox will get the very same performance. There is going to be not like last generation of consoles where we have to compromise on something because the other competition over here says we have to. Now it's all even Steven across the. He did say that.
I think it's going to be a fun year for gaming, dude. Like that's all I care about. That's all I.
And he said development times are going to be fast. He said it's not going to be as long because of how AMD's doing this transition between all the consoles. He did say all the consoles, and he did say PC.
Yeah.
They did say PC narrative.
Well, I mean, like I said, good year to be gaming, dude. Like this seems like we're finally getting the. I think honestly, I think this E3 has probably been one of the E3s that was probably some of the most important when it comes to gaming. We got to see a lot of AMD stuff.
AMD did state that going forward, for every E3 going forward, they're going to have their own event within E3.
And that's fine. That's fine with me. Like I'm all right with that. Like I said, man, I'm just really happy to see that gaming is kind of coming back in a sense that, it's trying to be more unified, you know what I mean? More of a thing that draws parallels between communities to help bring them together better. Crossplay seems to be a big focus this year. I'm just really happy about that. I'm happy about all of that. I just want to see more of the crossplay stuff being done. And we're getting it, so that's really good. We got to see videos of Cyberpunk this year. We got to see Borderlands 3.
Can I say one thing to you real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Guys, I watched the PC event and it was straight up like
It was what?
it was straight up trap.
For the PC
The
event?
the PC gamer event. The only thing that I was hyped up for was a new curved Samsung monitor that they showed off that was legitimately sick. They got two. One that's coming in 1080p with FreeSync 2 for 144 curved, 24 inches and a 27 inch. And they also showed a 4K, and they're all coming in at good prices. The 4K one's got G-Sync, which I was disappointed, but the others have FreeSync in it, and I think the two is 400, I think, and 350. So I didn't mind those prices. And then the G-Sync one's gonna be like 900 to 1,000. They did show, which what I found interesting, they did show a lot of Tripwire stuff. Tripwire showed off this.
Tripwire usually is like the leader of the show. I know they were they were last time they were there. They were showing off like the Vietnam Rising Storm 2 and stuff, and the Viet Cong. Like that was awesome. Like that's why I got the game. In fact, was because they did such a good job. And not to mention I like those games.
So they did show off Chivalry 2. That is being in conjunction.
Chivalry 2.
Yeah, the For Honor, the opposite of For Honor.
Right.
So they did state that they're working with this mod team that's been making mods for it for a while. That's doing very well, so they decided to partner up. They're becoming their own development team. So they decided to partner up with them to make Chivalry 2. So Chivalry 2 is basically 10 times better. They did say than the first one. There's going to be more battles, more things. At the PC event, they just showed everything that we already know. And then Tripwire showed off this shark game. That's going to be like an JRPG shark game where you play as a shark and you go and you kill things. It was really like interesting. It was an interesting take on the MMO. You know,
that is kind of
like
weird.
the shark gets beat up. It's like razor teeth or something like that. And it looked really, really cool. I thought it was uniquely different. Dungeons and Dragons tabletop simulator is getting an upgrade.
Yeah. Well,
that was them.
The new Dungeons and Dragons is coming out soon. What is it, Baldur's Gate 3? Oh my god, I'm hyped.
Baldur's Gate 3, they said they did announce this. They're taking their time with it, and they said that they don't have a release date for it, but there is a beta coming. And tabletop is getting an overhaul. They did state that at the PC event.
So what was trash about
but really,
it? It seemed like a pretty decent with Tripwire there at least.
Minus the Tripwire and some of the others. Oh, and they did announce Zombie Army 4. Zombie Army 4 got announced at the PC Gamer.
Zombie
Army. You remember Zombie Army Trilogy?
Oh, are you talking about that? Wait, Zombie Army.
Yeah, Zombie Army Trilogy. Remember, it was like the Sniper Elite, the opposite of Sniper Elite.
I think so. Is that the one where you get to kill like
the
Nazi zombies and shit?
Yes, yes. They're actually going a little bit further with it with Zombie Army 4, and it looked more gruesome than Zombie Army Trilogy. I played Zombie Army Trilogy, loved the game. Didn't get to the end, but it was really. Because, me and getting to the end of games sometimes has to really pique my interest to get to the end sometimes. And Zombie Army Trilogy is like one of those games that you keep grinding and grinding and grinding wave, and it gets boring and repetitive after a while.
But so did they show any gameplay for Ghost Recon?
Yes, they did at the Ubisoft event. I'll get to that. But the PC Gamer event today was trash. Like, the two announcers ruined the event for me. Like, one of them dressed in a shark suit. And I'm like, how does this fit in with your conference?
It was cringy, right?
It was cringeworthy. And then when they were talking, it was cringeworthy. It was super bad. It was like, whoever's writing for you two need to stop before they're ahead. Like, and then, like, gameplay, they would talk so much. Like, they were joking around at the crowd. There wasn't really much of a crowd for it. And when they talk so much, you were so withered by the time you got to them showing gameplay. You're like, just get to the freaking game. You know, that's what I want to see. I don't want to see you talk. And their jokes weren't great. PC gaming event, they showed they showed like four good games, and then they showed a bunch of. I don't really like. Okay, because Epic is sponsoring it, so Epic was floating it. So a lot of things. It was very limited, and they showed tripwire stuff, and most of it was pretty much what you feel going to the Epic Game Store. Epic Game Store. Epic Games.
That's rough.
And I was just like, yeah, this is all set up for Epic Games. Like, nobody else got an opportunity to be at it. It was just their partner, and it was really limited. And you could tell. The only thing I liked was cool was Chivalry 2. I was in that Shark game and Zombie Army Trilogy. I was like hyped up for all three. They did show the people of Rocket League, I guess, made a new game. It's called Roller Coaster. Or not Roller Coaster. It's called Roller Skater Champions.
Huh. And
it's pretty much you play with your friends and you go around. I've seen people play. I'm not interested. It just reminds me of that disco dodgeball game, but better. I wasn't really into that, and that's what Epic is pushing. I seen people play it. It's just not my thing. I'd rather stick to Rocket League over it. It looks like a toned down version of Rocket League.
Oh, okay.
But Ubisoft today hit us with features and subscriptions. So Uplay did Uplay Plus. So Uplay Plus is going to be $14.99, but you're getting Ultimate Edition of game. They're not giving you just a deluxe version. They're giving you Ultimate Edition of game. So for instance, if you buy it today, you get DLCs for you get the year 1 pass for the Division 2. You get the stuff for the new Rainbow Six Siege, the Outbreak stuff that they're coming out, which is pretty cool. They also showed off what they brought the actor in that's doing the main character for Ubisoft's break with his dog and everything. So that was pretty cool. I would honestly say the Ubisoft event was really good. I do like the service, but the price is a little steep. I thought the price was steep. But for what you're getting for that price, you're getting Ultimate Edition of game, and you're getting all the DLC that's coming out for Honor. And they also announced a new Watch Dogs game. That took me by. And this one's supposed to be more open world than the.
I didn't really care for the Watch Dog games, dude. Like, I have them.
Really?
I just didn't. They didn't grab me, dude. Like, it was just, you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of just being a more upbeat, more tech-featured Assassin's Creed.
A modern Assassin's Creed. I get that argument.
And I didn't really care for the Assassin's Creed. Like, I own them all. Like, I've tried. Like, honestly, dude. Like, I have literally bought these games to give them a fair shake because I know I can be stubborn sometimes. But
yeah.
No matter how much I try to get into each iteration, I can't get into it, dude. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I fall asleep, I lose interest, and I move on. And I forget that I have them sometimes. Dude, like, and the Spartan Assassin's Creed that came out, I was really wanting to like it. I so badly wanted to like it. I couldn't get into it.
So they are making a Division movie with Jake Gyllenhaal. Go figure. On Netflix.
Okay,
that
Netflix?
was their other major announcement. It's going to be a show. It's going to be a movie show series. It's going to be on Netflix starting next. They're already in productions of it. They're already Jake Gyllenhaal and somebody else, some well-known actress, really famous. And I was like, when is Jake Gyllenhaal doing Netflix now? Jesus.
Dude, Netflix lands a lot of major contracts, dude. That's what people don't seem to understand. Like, they have literally bought out most of Hollywood easily, dude, with what they earn.
And that's pretty much the Ubisoft event. They kicked it. They they didn't show us that one game that I was expecting. I wanted to see the one where the space adventure one that was originally on PS2. They're rebooting the franchise.
Oh, you're
You
talking
know,
Beyond Good and Evil, right?
yeah, they didn't really show that, which
Dude,
I was surprised.
You have to look. You have to go look at the. I watched the developers page today, and that game looks amazing, dude. Like, I was actually talking to the guys this morning about it on my stream. I'm like, if there's one game that's going to be a sleeper hit, it's just going to be just like the first game was, because the first game was a sleeper hit. It's got a huge community behind it. Beyond Good and Evil, if you ever get the chance to play it, dude, play that shit. It is awesome.
I did back in the day. I enjoyed the first one, and they didn't show anything. I was like, they showed it last year, and I was like waiting for like some updates on.
So the developers were streaming today, and they showed a lot. Like, you can do bank heists and shit now. She's like a pirate. And she looks badass. Like, Jade, they completely changed Jade. Like, Jade no longer looks like the innocent little Asian reporter. She is a, like, samurai-looking pirate with a fucking katana, dude. Like, she looks badass. And instead of the camera to capture, like, crime taking place so you can report it, you have, like, a pirate monocle. And you can mark...
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, you can mark targets. It's free roam, so you can roam the whole planet, I guess, from what I understand. And you could do a lot of shit, like a lot of shit. It's gonna be, I really think it's gonna be a sleeper hit. I think it's gonna be like how everybody said Demon Souls wasn't gonna be a good game, but yet it became Game of the Year. I think that's what's gonna happen with Beyond Good and Evil 2.
And they didn't show any Starlink content either. If you're a Nintendo fan, and they didn't really talk about.
I was a little disappointed that I didn't hear anything about Starlink. Like, it's like they've given up on that already.
And that was the Ubisoft event. They focused primarily on Ghost Recon, and Ghost Recon. And then they showed a phone game that's got Splinter Cell. Yeah, it's a phone game that has all the Splinter Cell. It has Splinter Cell and all the characters. Oh, and they did show Brawlhalla. Brawlhalla is getting that PB&J time. Those characters from the Cartoon Network show. I thought it was pretty funny. You know, it was like the Legos thing. You know, when you marked out for the Legos and I kind of did the same thing. I'm like, okay, I get what they're doing with this. Okay, they're attracting kids. I get it. I still love Brawlhalla. No,
Brawlhalla is a fun game. Brawlhalla is a really fun game. I like that game too. All right, so let's talk about let's get into the
and how about this Square Enix event? You want me to cover that?
Yeah, in just a minute. I want to cover that too, because I watched a bit of that when I was at Walmart today.
Did you see the Avengers game?
No, I was too busy focused on the Final Fantasy VII remake.
we'll get to that because I was hyped. We'll get to that. I was hyped.
So last night I had the chance to test out the Xbox Game Pass on PC.
Yeah.
What do you think about it? Now, me personally, I think it's a hell of a lot better than what we got with the fucking UWP bullshit.
Honest opinion, they're updating their original titles. Not every title's on there right now. They're converting it over. I get what they're doing. Like, I couldn't find Forza 7. I had to go into the Microsoft outside of the Xbox app. So I know they're going to be bringing more stuff as we... They updated Gears of War 4. It plays a little bit better. Not, it's not... it plays better. It doesn't lag as much, and it doesn't crash as much. Now, Metro Exodus, I did have a problem with when I loaded it and downloaded it and everything. I don't like the fact that they're treating it still like a tablet. If I scroll over to the other side of my screen, to my second monitor, it should not be minimizing. It should be playing like a regular PC game. That was my main complaint, and they're still doing that. Like, it's like if you put it on full screen, it still treats it as borderless.
Yeah.
You know. So they got a lot of shit to work out, and I just went in the red. But they're gonna work it out. I love the app. I think it's a nice.
It's
a nice
good,
overall.
It looks really good. I think the aesthetics of it looks really freaking good. I'm actually I'm gonna be streaming some of that tonight. Okay. Making sure you're Hi, cutie.
I can hear you.
No, I know.
You're sounding clear now for me. You sound like robot here.
Thank you, baby.
What game are you gonna be playing?
What was I gonna? Oh, the Halo Wars game. They updated the living hell out of that game. Now, the last time I played it on the Windows Store, it ran like hot, steaming
Garbage.
pile of shit. Like, it was...
That's like Gears of War 4, buddy.
Bro, it was bad, dude. It was so bad because when I was running that on the Steam page, like, it ran perfectly. There was no problems with it whatsoever. However, it didn't look as good. But now that they did the definitive edition, and I'm running it, there's almost no difference between that and the Steam page. Like, it's almost 1-for-1 actually. Looks so.
So here's
good.
some of the games. Here's some of the games I bought. Here's some of the games I got. I'm happy they brought this game. I can finally play it, and I'm disappointed Microsoft discontinued support. Sunset Overdrive. I can finally play it.
I love that game, dude. I love that game.
I can finally play it on Windows. No Xbox need. They finally brought the PC version over. I'm excited. Metro Exodus. I really want to play it, and now I have a reason.
Yeah.
Why is it hot garbage?
Metro Exodus. You said you're having issues with it. That's what I was saying right now. It's kind of running like hot garbage.
Well, it's just like Gears of War 4. If I did the same thing on Gears of War 4, move my mouse over to my second monitor, it does the same thing. And I'm assuming that's going to be with Hollow Knight too, because I downloaded that too. I want to play Hollow Knight. I've heard so many people tell me it's so good.
I heard it was good too, and I have it on Steam. I need to do a run through of that. I like playing roguelike games. So far, my favorite one is Dead Cells. If you ever get a chance, Dead Cells is really good.
And Forza Horizon 4. That was when I got my Game Pass back. That was the first game I downloaded.
Did you?
I was like, Forza Horizon 4. No, I haven't tried it yet, and hopefully they fix the sound problems.
I want to try the new game bar for it. Like, I actually want to try the video capture software that they have built into it, and see if it's any good. Because if it's running off, because I noticed, like, I'm not sure if you had this problem this morning, like I did, but something happened with my AMD drivers. It would not let me use Relive. It was weird. I had to go to AMD, re-download the stuff, install it, and it fixed it. But it was only after I did the whole Xbox stuff for the PC. So I'm wondering if the game bar had anything to do with that.
I don't know. That's interesting. But I'm going to say this. They can integrate AMD shit into this thing since they got a partnership with.
Well, AMD's been integrated for, when was that contract that they made with them? What, 4 or 5 years ago now? Something like that. 4 or 5 years ago now they've been with AMD. That's one of the reasons why, like, when you do a fresh, clean install of Windows, it'll automatically bake in the AMD drivers for your video driver. So,
guys, if you're getting the app right now, it's $1 for the month. For if you're just wanting to get on it for $1, $1, you can get in and get all these amazing games. If you continue with the service, you are getting Gears of War Ultimate Edition, Gears of War 5, not a deluxe version, an actual $145 version without the statue and everything. You're getting that. You're also getting all the Xbox titles. And if you get the app and you're a little confused, you click your icon on the right side, and you can go to settings, and now you can permanently set what drive you wanted to install into.
Oh, You know what? I'm dumb. I didn't think they'd bring that up. Yes, that's awesome. You couldn't do that before. It was just a default to your OS, and that was it. Like, you couldn't change it. It wouldn't let you.
And one other thing is, what I like about this app, it automatically picks up your original games that you have from the Microsoft app. Literally, Gears of War Ultimate Edition, the original, was 10. I go back and play that time to time because it's a really good game. First Gears of War. It automatically detected it on the drive that I picked. It automatically found all my other games So the only one it can't find is Forza 7, but I'm assuming they're going to update the app and you'll see more. And also, if you're on the Xbox side of things, they did release their final backwards compatibility games at E3. They finally gave you a final list of what is. That's pretty much about it. All the 360 stuff that you're now getting on the backwards compatibility, they're putting it in the last couple of games, and they said that was it. They're not giving any more.
There's so many more fucking games that they need to bring back that were really good, dude. Do we have that list? Are they at least bringing back fucking what is it? That From Software game, that mecha game that was like a first generation 360 game. You know what I'm talking about?
Armor Core.
No, it's made by the same people, but it was like the 360's exclusive mech game. Fuck, what's it called? It's not Iron Wolf. What the fuck? I can't think of the damn name of it right now. It's not Steel Battalion.
Now, I will tell you so talking about it, recapping E3 tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow. Yeah, I sent Brimstone a thing on that. Tomorrow is the Nintendo. I think they're having an event. So keep our fingers crossed. New console? Yeah. Oh yeah, all over that. If there is.
I did watch. You know what's funny is like because I was waiting for you guys to get on it this morning. I was watching the Nintendo finals for Splatoon 2.
Okay.
Bro, have you ever watched a professional game of Splatoon 2? Like,
yes, I have, and
okay.
it's intense.
It is intense. I was just gonna say, dude, like it was pretty fun to watch, dude. I was like, yo, these guys are really fucking into this. Like, it almost brought back old school like Counter-Strike days for me, where it was like you were just glued to it because you didn't want to miss what was gonna happen. It was a fun event to watch. I watched the whole thing this morning.
Do you know what? After the Ubisoft event went off the air, do you know what I found very interesting? They did the whole Rainbow Six Siege. Do you know who I find very competitive, and I didn't think that was very competitive at gaming? Was T-Pain. Holy crap, that guy takes it serious.
Does he
like,
really?
He was really taking it serious. Like legitimate. Like, he was going against some WWE guys, and he was taking it serious. Like, he takes his shit personally. And he was telling people, get good. Literally on the mic, get good. And I was like, wow. Like T-Pain, like he says he plays. He was saying to the interviewer, I play hours upon hours of Rainbow Six. Like, that's my game of choice. I'm like, wow. And
that's pretty cool.
Like I saw like competitive that, and I also saw some Nintendo stuff being competitive on they were featuring on Twitch. And I'm like, damn, man, some of these things, man, they take it serious. Like, I never thought Nintendo would have some esports stuff like that going crazy.
Yeah, they get pretty into it, dude. Like, some of these guys, holy shit, they are so talented. Like, dude, that's why I've thought about taking some games seriously and getting competitive with it. Like, Overwatch might be that game for me. I know it's toxic, but it's a fun game. I don't care what anybody says about it. I know it's...
Well, I need somebody to play competitive with, so I wanted to go into this competitive season. So, guys, I got a story for you. So this morning, I was half out of it, right? All this footage that we've been covering, I've only had 2 hours of sleep. So I slept. What was that?
No, I was just going to say, while you do that, I'm going to go to the restroom. You use the restroom, so go ahead and keep it going.
Guys, yeah, I only had 2 hours of sleep. I think Brimstone... the co-host that I stream with here, the Game Talks podcast, 2 hours. 2 hours. I had 2 hours yesterday, and then when I got up, I was half out of it, so I decided to buy loot boxes, and I finally got the Diva skin. But yeah, just to recap, you guys didn't miss anything much in the PC Gamer event. You can go back and watch these events legitimately. Also, you can go back and legitimately go back and watch the AMD event if you missed. Or you can go look at the highlights. There's tons of highlights out there you guys can watch. To let you guys know, my internet is crappy right now, so my internet is back. Okay. My internet is back. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. Spectrum was down this long, so hold on, guys. I'm going to switch to my other internet. Change it out. Yes. 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 All right. Hopefully you guys can hear me and I don't sound like shit. Now I can go and load up the game talks and start watching it from my PC. So hopefully that'll work. It's a miracle. Ooh. I go in here and disable my my Wi-Fi. Let's go disable that adapter because I don't need the adapter no more. Disable adapter. Yes, let's do that. Oh, it's a miracle. It works. So let's read this. Never mind. You're sounding good. However, you're still cutting out. You keep talking, mate. Let's see. And hopefully my internet just did not take a shit.
No, you're still up.
I'm still good. I'm still good. My internet came back, so I switched adapters.
Hey,
so it's a miracle.
You
It's
sound
a miracle.
better. Welcome back to the world of the real internet, sir. Welcome back to the real internet, sir.
Let's see here. Let's see. Let's read some of these comments. Jack, but I think he'll be able to do any other Assassin's Creed game anytime soon. Never mind. Forgot it. God and Monsters is coming to Stadia. Can I say something about Stadia? All I've heard in the E3 is Stadia this, Stadia that. What about Project xCloud, man? I'm more excited for that than I am fucking Stadia.
But there's a reason for that. So, and I'll say it right now. Project xCloud will allow you to use your own hardware, get this, to stream your own games from wherever you are in the world. You could just, if you have an internet access point, you log into your Xbox Live stuff, you can literally play your Xbox from wherever you're at. I think that, to me, is better because it's using your own stuff versus using Google.
Can I say this? Okay, a lot of you guys are talking. So I hear, speaking of Epic Game Store, Shenmue 3 is on the Epic Game Store. God damn it! Can I say something? Why is all this hate happening to Epic Games? Why are people so like gun ho about Epic Games being so like the devil?
Well, here's the thing though. Like, I would understand it if these exclusive timing on these were permanent. They're not. They're literally exactly what all the console platforms have been doing. It's time exclusivity for about 6 months to a year, and then boom, it's going to be on Steam. All
you know why they're doing?
Yeah, they're competing against two other markets that have been in the market for years. They're a budding company.
But Brimstone, you don't understand. You don't understand. Damn it, they shouldn't be doing this. They shouldn't never be doing this. Well, my answer is, if the consoles are doing it, PC was eventually going to do it anyway. Not surprised.
It's true. It really is true. Like let me put it into the sense like this, right? If Epic didn't do this, then what would be the point of using Epic?
Let's see. Jack says it originally was supposed to be on Steam for 4 years. 4 years. But now it's getting an Epic Game Store exclusive. It's so stupid.
I don't see, and like, I don't get it though. Like, I really, but it's not going to be on there forever. It's not going to be a permanent thing.
No.
Like, they are just trying, like, trust me, once they get established and they get their shit fixed and it gets to a point where they're actually, good, like, what I would say it was worth it. Because at that point, like I said, if they didn't do this, what would be the point of supporting Epic's launcher? There wouldn't be. There would be no reason for anybody to use an Epic game launcher if people got what they wanted. Simple as that. And they wanted to eliminate that for as long as possible.
Well, here's the thing that I find
using their shit.
Here's what I find petty. People are telling me, I'm going to go crack this game. I'm going to go do this. Well, here's my thing to it. You're hurting the developer. Why not just not buy the game at all? And that pack, if you're going to go be that much petty over it, why not you just not buy the game at all? And don't support the developer. Vote with your wallet. There's a concept.
And I'll say this. If you own a PlayStation 4, an Xbox One, a Switch, a Wii U, a PS3, even a PS2, if you own any of those products, you shouldn't really be talking all that much about what Epic is doing.
That is true.
because I'm not going to sit there and tell you that Epic Game Store is great, because I don't think it is. They have a long
No,
way
I
to go.
don't. I don't support everything they're doing.
No, neither do I. Like, I can't support what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm not going to go and pirate their shit just to make a point. Like, why? If I was a developer and they were going to offer me a few $1,000,000 for like a year or two's contract, I'd take it. You know why? Because I probably wouldn't even make the sales to that. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I know what you mean with that. Well, the developers want to make the most money they can, so I get where they're going with it.
Well, that's fine. You guys can wait for the game. I'd rather you guys wait for the game than to pirate it. Sorry, go ahead, Rev. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, I agree with that, but I get this told to me on stream, and I even had somebody go to the point when I was bringing up Borderlands, telling me Borderlands is not the same game, and how dare I even be hyped for it? I shouldn't be hyped for a greedy organization. I'm like,
okay.
Like, all right, and everybody should follow the direction of deleting Epic Games because there's malware and shit on it.
They said the same shit about Origin. Remember when Origin first launched? Everybody hated Origin.
And you know what's funny about that is, if you really want to go that aspect with everything, right? Look at Facebook. Look at all these companies that we're a part of that we sign our lives away to. They're collecting our information if you like it or you don't.
On a daily basis.
Our phones do it. Like, I know Apple's secure and all, but I know they're lying to our face for a fact. They're probably selling it to the first bidder. You know what I mean?
Dude, Google's been doing it for years. And it's funny that I think that Facebook, of all people, were put under investigation before Google. Google is known for doing worse shit than what Zuckerberg is doing, and yet Zuckerberg got the hot seat and not the Google CEO. That is some motherfucking bullshit, dude.
If you want to go there, I don't mean to get political in here, but they were selling shit. Facebook was literally allowing their own platform to sell fake articles during the election.
Yeah.
And what was that place? Psychopedia or Dramatica, whatever it was, the Boston Globe. Yeah. So I've seen a lot worse, and the Epic game is just like on the lighter scale. They'll patch it out. You know what I mean? They'll patch it out. And people that I know that are all mad over it, right? They're going to end up buying Borderlands 3 anyway, because they're going to see their friends having fun, and they're going to be like, damn, I'm out in the cold, and I want to play it, and they're going to play it anyway. That's how that's going to go.
They're fun games. Like, the Borderlands series has always been known for fun games. I mean, it's not going to be any different, really.
Well, E3's not over. E3's all week long, I guess. I guess they extended it. It's all week long. Tomorrow's the Nintendo event. So
for the price of the fucking tickets, they better be extending it.
Well, yeah, they're having a Treehouse event tomorrow. Yeah, I sent you a link for it on June 11th at 9 a.m.
So
9 a.m.
So in 6 hours.
In 6 hours. We're gonna see.
I might take a nap before then and just try to get up for that, maybe.
We're gonna see what they're gonna come out with. I'm hoping a console. Or you know what? They don't release a console, at least an upgraded dock. You know what I think?
Yeah.
An upgraded dock. They don't need maybe like a Switch Dock Pro with better internals. You know what I mean? I'd be all right with that. They don't need to necessarily upgrade the Switch in general.
Yeah.
Because the Switch is just a portable tablet. But they should hit us with services. Like, they need to answer like the call for Netflix and things like that. So I'm hoping in their event tomorrow they do that.
That'd be good. That would be good.
So speaking of, what's some of the things you've been watching E3 wise, Brimstone, though? Some of these caught your eye.
Oh, dude. So Beyond Good and Evil 2 is definitely in the top category for me on that. Cyberpunk is Cyberpunk is below that for me. Like, I know a lot of people are gonna hate that, but like, I don't know, dude. Beyond Good and Evil has always kind of been sort of like to my heart. So there's that. I was disappointed a lot, but I was also met with, surprises. And the surprises for me are what stood out. Some of the indie games that we were watching on the E3 press event when we were all up the other morning. Some of those indie games looked fantastic, dude. Like, they looked fucking epic. And I'm actually sort of hyped for them, actually. Never thought I'd ever be hyped for an indie game. But yeah, I'm hyped for those. I want to play. I just want to play a lot of these games. I wish I had more money. I would have already done my pre-orders already.
Well, here's the thing: they didn't show off anything Call of
EA
Duty
was
wise.
trash. I'll say that. EA.
I agree.
EA was hot. EA was hot garbage at E3. They didn't show anything worth showing. I'm surprised they even showed up themselves. Tell you the truth.
They showed sports games, and I'm like, oh, well, you could have just done a video showing off your sports side.
They did that FIFA. They're doing the FIFA career thing where it looks like FIFA Street. I'm actually kind of hyped for that, dude. That's the only thing I liked from them.
And they're also bringing because we're having the Women's World Cup right now at the moment. So they're bringing that over, which is cool, I guess. I mean, really outside of that, they did say they're loosening up their microtransactions. But it was pretty much trash. They didn't tell us about Apex. They just said, oh, here's a new character and nothing, no innovations. They butchered Star Wars. That didn't make me any hype for to go out and pre-order that.
Really? You didn't think this? I mean, I kind of liked the way the Star Wars game looked. Like it looked interesting. Like I just didn't like the fact that they took out the option of choosing between the dark side and the light. Like I thought that was kind of anticlimactic. I would say that definitely.
Well, the EA event was kind of sour to me a little bit because it was kind of just subdued. You know what I mean? Like the Xbox event, they talked and they showed us really good shit for what they were talking about. You know what I mean? They showed games and talk. EA was more of, oh, so we're getting just a character in Apex, and I get why their player base has died the way it has. Mm-hmm. If you're not showing any innovations, and I will say the EA and Bethesda event were just straight trash. Both were just, why are you here? Fallout 76, okay? They are bringing a BR fucking mode to Fallout 76, and I'm sitting here just going, oh, God, why?
Bro.
Fix your shit.
Well, that's what they said they were going to do. They said they were going to bring back vendors or bringing back NPCs and stuff. But, like, why do you need an event to do that? Like, those things should have been there to jump. Why is that a feature in a game that should have been completed? God.
And you know what happened? There was no apology. They were basically kind of putting it on the fans' hands about Fallout 76, why it was bad. And I'm like, you know why your player base died, right? Because you screwed over the consumer to begin with when they bought it.
Oh,
then you screwed them over again.
They got screwed over fucking hard, like actually just as hard as us Anthem fans got screwed over. Like we got trashed, dude. Like. That was the most abuse I've ever experienced in my life when it comes to gaming companies, dude.
And then they turned around.
I felt like they bent me over and did me without me fucking realizing it, dude.
And you know what else? I bought it for retail for a friend, for myself to play with friends. And you know what's funny? They teased us free to play, the whole game going free to play, right?
Yeah.
And then they just, I don't know, they just threw salt in the wound to me. Like, okay, you're bringing NPCs back. Okay, great. You're bringing more free DLC. Great. But then you're adding a BR mode that makes no sense to me.
Isn't that game like a giant BR mode technically? It's because it's a PvP MMO, right? Like you could gank anybody. So what the fuck's the point of a BR mode?
And like everybody was there at that event, literally glorified for. Oh
yeah, they were screaming in the background. I heard them like, oh yeah, whoa, and I'm like, shut the fuck up, you god. You're screaming about Fallout 76.
I said this at the Square Enix event. I said this. I was watching it live and I was like, can I not just enjoy this event without hearing a chick going, oh my god, holy shit, and I'm like, holy shit. Like I was listening to it on the iPad in the front room. My mom goes, "What are these? Are we at like a boy band concert?
Yes.
Like BTE concert? Yes. Like everything they announced at the Square Enix event, dude. Everybody was going ape shit, and I'm like, okay, like what are we getting all hyped for? Like this is all stuff we already know about. Like they showed the do you want to talk about it? real quick?
Which
What
part?
you watched?
Which part?
When you're walking around Walmart, what you watched?
Oh, yeah. So Final Fantasy Remake, like, I was really worried that it was going to be shit because Square Enix has not had a good track record other than their MMO, right? So I was a little worried at first. I was a little apprehensive, but then I saw some fucking gameplay. And let me tell you, pre-order central. I'm just kidding. I will not pre-order that fucking game, but I will buy it. I've learned my lesson. I'm not gonna get.
Your live stream just went offline. My God, I was just like, shut the hell up,
dude. That
come
Tifa
on.
shit is so ridiculous, dude. I was like, really? You guys want to see Tifa because she has giant tits? Go get
funny?
a wife or a girlfriend for fuck's sakes, dude. Like,
you know what's funny about that is the guy that was trying to talk, right? I couldn't even hear a word he was saying because the microphones they had at the event were picking up the screaming more than the freaking guy talking about features. All right. Anyway, let me read what Jack just said. Anyway, Brimstone, about Fallout 76, why are these wankers, that are just as stupid as any other?
I think I know what he's trying to get at. Dude, I don't know. This is the same community that were like condemning Bethesda not that long ago for Fallout 76. And now they're like praising them again for Fallout 76. Like, what?
Technically, everything was free to play. Everything in that they offered was free DLC, and it just screamed to me that the next step to them is free to play. They just don't want to admit it.
I thought Fallout 76 was going to go free to play, wasn't it?
No, that was just a rumor.
Oh.
That wasn't from the horse's mouth. That was just people putting things out there, making rumors happen.
Yeah, I don't care I don't care what people think about Tifa's titties either, dude. It's fucking stupid.
Well, I wanted to hear them talk about the game, and every time they were talking about the game, the crowd was just overwhelming. It was just like, dude, I want to hear this guy talk. Let him talk,
bro. Let's get to the meat and the taters of what
meat
we
and
saw.
potatoes. Meat of the potatoes is there's an Avengers game coming out next year. That's made by the same team that did Rise of the Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and Nolan North is playing Iron Man and the voice, and they got a great cast of characters to play the voices for the game.
It's not going to be the Avengers movie they're making the game out off of, right?
No.
Oh, good.
No, it's its own storyline.
Thank fucking goodness, dude.
It's its own storyline, and it's gonna have so much content. They did say it's gonna be a massive game, and it's coming out next year. I believe they if I remember right, it was July of next year.
Yeah, it's gonna. You know what, dude? Like,
Nolan North. You know what? That's the first answer I said, Jack. Like Nolan North playing Iron Man. I was just like, oh.
But it could be good though. Nolan North has a pretty good voice. You know what I mean?
They did show off gameplay for it, and it looked amazing.
Did it?
Yeah, that's in my top 3 for E3 right now.
So
so
my top. Let's do that. Let's do that real quick. My top 3. Here it is. First, Beyond Good and Evil 2. Second, will definitely be Final Fantasy VII Remake. And, oh man, the number 3 is a really hard one, dude. I'm really, really, really leaning towards... Oh, it's so hard to fucking decide because those indie games, dude. You know what? I'll get back to you on my third one.
Okay, I'll tell you my top 3. Number 1, AMD. Number 1. They hit it out of the park. Are we going games or are we going just overall?
I was talking about games, but okay, you can do that too.
Okay, we'll go games. I would say number 1. I would have to go with you on that. I agree with you, with the pick there. Beyond Good and Evil. That game's gonna be sick. Cyberpunk would be number 2. And I'm gonna go out of a limb on number 3. I'm gonna say the Avengers game at number 3. And if I had to pick a 4, it was a tie. I would have to say Gears of War 5. Just because of all the shit they're doing with the content and whatnot with it. And the new modes.
I'd give Cyberpunk a number 3 spot. Just because yeah, that makes sense for me. Yeah.
And yes, and I am a Keanu Reeves fan, so instantly sold when I saw his face.
Same.
Like
saying,
there's
he's all, you should wake up. We have a world to burn. I was like, damn, that was deep. He's going in, man.
I would say some considerations. I would say the Final Fantasy remake would be a solid 5 to me. I'm not a huge Final Fantasy fan.
I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan. Huge.
Chivalry 2 kind of would be in there.
I didn't see that. I need to watch that event just to see some of those gameplay footages of the Avengers game in that one, because me Gamer Dragon, when we were younger, dude, we cracked out on Chivalry. It was Chivalry all day, Chivalry all night. That's all we played. So seeing a part 2, I'm definitely looking forward to that.
I would have to say
Elden Ring. I'm sorry. Elden Ring is number 3, not Cyberpunk. That'll be a number 4. All right, go ahead.
If I had to go, Doom Eternal to a certain extent is there.
Oh,
I did not care for the card. Why? Okay, Bethesda, why would you make out a card game to be the be all end all? Like that whole event, they had like 10 minutes of like a trailer that was a guy in a coffee shop playing a card game. It made no sense to me at all. Like, and you're getting in the get up of the knights and the round table type deal, like, and a chick. I'm like, It makes no sense at all to me. And then after the event, they were talking about Elder Scrolls 6.
Did they talk about that? Did they?
They did after the event. Yeah, they did. They said it's in the works, but they said they didn't. They don't have anything ready to go for the event.
I'm sorry, dude, but the Elder Scrolls Blades game for mobile, that pissed me off.
Yeah,
that infuriated me.
Yeah.
I'm an Elder Scrolls fan, dude. I'm an Elder Scrolls fan. I might as well just continue playing my MMO that I've been playing instead of playing that fucking piece of shit microtransactions up the ass game.
I would say events right now, like my top 3 events would have to be Microsoft, Ubisoft, and AMD at this point. And Square Enix would be 4.
I haven't seen the Ubi one, so I can't speak on that just yet. But for right now, as of this podcast, it would be Square Enix. It would be AMD. I didn't see that one yet, but, you know, PC gaming, you can't go wrong there. What was the other one I watched? Oh, the Xbox one. So, yeah, those 3 are my top 3.
I would have to say the reason I take Xbox is a solid number. Like, AMD and Microsoft could be tied, to be honest.
Well, yeah, they're using each other's shit, so.
The reason I could say they're tied is because Microsoft, and I've had an argument about the event, I think they played conservative aggressive. They didn't show us way too much, and they didn't show us too little.
Right.
They showed us enough to keep us interested in the product, and they didn't need to show a console here. We know Sony's going to show a console, and I get why Microsoft didn't, because they're going to wait for their competition to show off something. And I know Sony's going to show off a console right off the rip. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I think they've won this last generation, and I think they're going to pull a PS3. I just have that sinking feeling they're going to do that and say, here's $600, guys, for our shit.
And see, like, if they do that, I might as well just upgrade my CPU.
Right.
That's what I'm going to do. Honestly, if we get a $600 console again, I'm just going to say fuck it. I'm going to stick to my Xbox One, my PS4, and my Switch, and then I'm just going to say fuck it and go get the new Ryzen 9, get the DDR4 RAM that I need in the MOBO, and just call it a day.
Well, here's the thing, though. Microsoft did not say pricing yet. And the rumored price for them is the same price as the Xbox One X at launch.
Now, if that is the case, that might be a buy for me.
For me, if that's the way they're going to come out with, that's tempting. That's very tempting.
It's very, very. It's an attractive price.
Yeah.
Because I was pricing. I almost got an Xbox One X today.
Yeah, that Xbox One X
close.
Fallout
So
76
close.
bundle is so tempting.
It's a white
It
console, dude. I like the white console. It looks sexy.
it's so tempting because I was like, you can get
And
that.
it
You
comes with
can
another one of these. So I'm like,
and you could trade in the Fallout 76 and knock down some of the price. So there you go.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, let's talk about the how they're gonna bundle the Xbox Game Pass with AMD hardware. Did we already talk about that?
No, yeah, we did, but we didn't go into depth with it. I just glanced over it. So you get 3 months of Xbox PC Game Pass with any purchase of AMD hardware.
So let's check. So just so you guys don't know, if you don't know this already, right now they're gonna offer you a better deal than any NVIDIA or Intel bundle. Period. Period. The amount of games that are on the Xbox Game Pass, like what's coming down the pipeline, it's a lot. It's a lot of fucking games. Like, it is a shit ton of games. You're going to have an equivalent of pretty much the humble library at your disposal, pretty much.
And you know another thing too is they can tap into their other partnership with Ubisoft and do the same shit. And, one thing I didn't talk about the Ubisoft event, they did talk about For Honor, and it's getting a whole complete new storyline and overhaul.
You're gonna.
They did.
That's pretty sick. But like, think about it this way, dude. Let's say I go and buy the Ryzen 9, right? And then I buy an AMD motherboard. Then I buy the DDR4 or DDR4 RAM that's made for it. That's 6 months of gaming on a dime.
Yeah.
That is a sick fucking deal, dude. A half a year's worth of games.
Here, I'll do the jingle for you, Levon. This is your boy, Levon Kaysen. Nintendo Direct, just paying homage to way back in the day. Anyway, Nintendo.
Damn it! I'm sorry. I keep doing this to you tonight. Go ahead. I'm gonna shut up. Just let me know when you're ready.
Go for it. You go first. You go first.
I was gonna talk about the Lego game.
Go for it.
That fucking
I'm
Lego,
interrupting you.
The Lego game edition that we're getting to Forza. I almost forgot about it. Dude.
Everything is awesome.
Dude. Fucking love that. I love the fucking movies, dude. And when we saw that, dude, I got like chills up my spine because that was the one thing that me and Shane talked about, dude, was how funny would it be if they did a Lego game with Forza. And we were hoping something like this would happen because me and him both seen the movie together. We loved it. It was fan-fucking-tastic. And here we are, like 3 years later, we're getting it, dude. I'm so fucking happy, dude. I can't even tell you how happy I am. A fucking Lego game movie expansion on one of the best racing games on the market. That's oh, dude. I'm so happy, dude. You don't even know.
And by the way, if you guys didn't, you can get that song if you want to. I got that on my iPhone. Thanks to Zedge now being on iPhones. There you go.
Zedge. God damn it.
Yeah, being on iPhones finally. So I'll go with that. Yeah, if you're if you were literally a PC, like you were looking for PC hardware, E3's got you there. Like a buddy of mine's at E3 right now, and he was at the AMD event, and he said it was hype. Straight up hype. Everything that they said was hype. That whole event, and they got to at the end of it, they got to play a tech demo of Gears of War 4 and Borderlands.
You meant 5, right?
After 5. Sorry. Sorry. So they got to play a tech demo. What we're getting. So they also announced this. We are getting a tech demo. A tech demo of Gears of War 5. In the next couple of weeks.
What about the Doom Eternal collection?
Ooh.
You're getting a fucking helmet, dude.
A
helmet, bro. A wearable fucking helmet, dude. Like, I was like,
I'd wear that on stream.
Dude, I have you seen one of my streams yet when I was putting on my Master Chief helmet with my Chinese hat?
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. It's fantastic. I love my mask, dude. I got the Master Chief mask at the Halloween store near my house. Fucking awesome, dude. I love it. Now, let's see. covered that. We covered that. Is there anything else? Are we missing anything?
No, pretty much the hypeness is right now for me is the Ryzen shit. The Ryzen was like today I marked out in my stream. I went crazy, and when she said I got one more surprise, I got 2 kids, and one's the GPU and one's the CPU. and then she turned around and she goes, "We got one last thing," kind of like a Steve Jobs move. We got one last thing to show. It's a surprise. And she pulled out the actual CPU, 16 cores, 36, or was it 36?
32 cores altogether.
32 cores. I just went, holy shit. I marked out. I just said, holy shit. AMD just curb stomped Intel. And I don't say that oftenly, but there's nothing to compete with it.
Dude, I think Val's going to get a nice PC upgrade soon. She's going to get this system. I haven't told her yet, but she's going to get this beast right here that has 32 gigs of RAM in it.
Yeah.
She's going to be happy. She's definitely going to be happy. So I'm going to give her...
Didn't she want to getting into the streaming game?
She'll be getting into it with me, yeah. Like, she'll be in a chat with us eventually. But she loves Guild Wars 2, by the way.
Okay.
So she's a huge MMO gamer like me. But I think she plays more than I do, actually. So that's going to be happening. We're bringing back Sunday Squad Day, or Squad Day Sunday, or whatever you want to call it. We're going to do a lot of games together. All of us are, between the Game Talk crew, the Twisted Nation crew, even Jace and his, I think Jace said he wanted to be a part of something like that for all of us to do a recording day. So that's going to be fun. It's going to be on the Brimstone's Gaming channel. Because I gotta
work with this guy because I gotta start doing some co-op videos. Since I'm gonna say this in the stream, Facebook for me is blowing up. Video wise, I'm surprised. Video wise, so Rev's bringing back content.
My my reshare of your content and Jace's actually has a lot of the engagements were pretty high. Within the first hour of me doing that, I was like,
I have 250 views on an Overwatch 15-second clip from a few months ago that I put up, and I'm gonna start doing some co-op stuff with Brimstone here, like news stories, shit like that, like we used to do. If that's the case, then open up the floodgates to videos like that again.
So the video quality that I'm going for when it comes to these playthroughs with us, I'm going to be using Relive for like the majority of it because the codec is amazing. Like dude, the recording on that shit is so clean. So we're not going to be doing your typical streamed at fucking Twitch and then move it over to YouTube. No, this is going to be straight up recorded, clipped, and edited, and then uploaded to my Brimstone YouTube channel.
So you guys are getting loads of content from myself, Brimstone. You already seen it on my channel on Facebook. You're getting loads of content. I just threw up my Let's Play series for Mortal Kombat up there, and that's doing very well in itself. Anything I do as far as Let's Plays will be moved over. Once it hits Twitch and I highlight them, I'll download them, put them up on Facebook, and the quality is still great, fantastic.
Now the Twitch to Facebook, does that work the same way as it does Twitch to YouTube?
I have to use a side app called Twitch Leecher.
I'll still be willing to do that though. Like I'll do the whole Twitch upload thing to Facebook.
Yeah, and it works fantastic. There's no degrade in quality at all. There's no degrade. I thought there was going to be a degrade in performance. There wasn't. My videos all play perfect.
And you've seen my streams with Relive. They look fucking clean. So, yeah.
It's going to be broke September. I want to tell you this. Broke September is coming quick.
Dude, it's going to be broke 2020. What are you talking about, bro? broke 2020.
Here's the thing. So I'm going to be buying services. I've told people this, and people think I'm crazy for this, but actually in the long run, it's actually cheaper.
It's cheaper if you play that many games.
Well, my goal is this year is to go with you, hopefully, Jace and yourself, Gears of War 4. I'm going to go through that game because he's never completed it. You've never completed it. That's my goal.
Yeah.
I would like to go with you into, Was it Far Cry games. Like to go through those with the
The Far Cry games, we got a lot to do. We have, okay, so here's the terms of content that we're looking into doing, not just Far Cry. I got some indie games I'm going to be purchasing off of Steam for some of these guys. I've got a few games that off of our Ubisoft, our Uplay app that we have. We're going to end up adding our community members, and we're going to be playing with them. You are welcome to join us, but there are going to be some stipulations. We'll get into that later on another cast or another video or something when this all goes down.
And this man, I'm working on bringing back one thing that one thing I will say, what I want to pay homage to a lot of. I'm not trying to, I know our friend died, and I'm trying to recanalize a little bit of what me and Brimstone used to do. We've been talking about this for months now.
Yeah.
And my goal is to start within the Twisted Nation community is start doing more reviews, start doing more things, because me and Brimstone have talked about this. We do miss doing the review thing. We do miss where me and him would play a game together and then review it right after the fact, or give our first impressions, then a review. Yep. So we are working on something in the works of that. There's a lot of content coming. I'm telling you, I'm excited now for content, and Facebook has kind of done that for me content wise. Now I've had people try to convince me to stream over on Facebook. That's not going to happen just because I am locked. And I want to say this on the Game Talks if Brim allows it.
Yeah, go for it. I don't care.
I'm really stuck. It's a hard bind for me because between Mixer and if I was going to go back to another platform to do it as a secondary thing would be Mixer, because I have a huge following over there as well. And Facebook, don't get me wrong, I think it's great if you're starting out streamer and you want to get some traction. Facebook is where it's at. For me, it's really tough because I've already built up myself on 2 different platforms to the max, to my abilities.
Yeah.
And Facebook would just be a wrench and all that. I'd rather go back to what I was doing on Mixer and do that as a side project instead of. And I'm not. And I thought about it in a lot of the aspect, but I like Mixer to a certain extent. And the only other platform I'd go back to that serves my needs would be Mixer.
So real quick, I wanted to bring this up since you said you're bringing up Mixer, and this is to your benefit actually. On that Xbox Game Pass on PC, all of your streams are going to be on it. Did you know that? You didn't know that, did you?
I didn't know I didn't. That's new.
So let me put it this way. If you're playing any one of their titles like Gears, because I know you're a Gears guy, your Gears of War 5 stream will be listed right underneath the Gears of War 5 purchase page.
Ooh.
So,
and, I have talked a lot of shit, and I want to say this. I have talked a lot of shit about Mixer, but Mixer's not a bad puff. They just made some bad mistakes.
Yeah, I'm right there with you because, I shit on that service all the time. I do. But.
And I want to give it a shot. I want to give it a new shot and go in with it with a different mindset this time around. If I do it as a side project, I want to do it as taking it in as a different mindset, not trying to shit on it. You know what I mean?
So this is where, again, I want to preface this. Go to Xbox Live Game app and follow, not you, but our community. Follow whatever your gamer tag is, RevTech, right?
Yeah, it's the same. It's changed because of the TOS. I have to be very careful because here's the problem. This is another problem that I've ran into. There's a wall. Once you take affiliate on Twitch, you hit that plateau wall where you can't go anywhere else. And you can't dual stream. That's the complication part. That's what stopped me on the Facebook side immediately. But I could do content. And if I grow that way on Facebook, that's another avenue for me.
Well, see, that's what I was saying. Is if you could get our community members that are watching this right now, follow our gamer tags on the Xbox if you're on Xbox, and you will be able to see us stream if you're on PC. all the time if we're on Mixer.
Pretty much my gamer tag's the same on everything. RevTech TTV, same as my Mixer name actually is RevTech TTV.
So all the stuff that you guys see on Xbox dashboard with the Mixer app, you're going to see on PC, but it's going to be in a cleaner setting. It's going to be more accessible to you. So go there, follow us there, and so every time this man or I or myself streams on Mixer, all we got to do is make sure we put the game tag of the game that we're playing.
What up, Rose? How you doing, man?
And it's gonna put us right into the search engine of Microsoft's preferred category. We'll be there all the time if you're able to follow us and watch us.
Because I was thinking, if I'm gonna be playing Microsoft games, why not go on their platform and stream it? You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna be taking
you and I already know their codec is better.
Yeah.
Mixer's codec is better than Twitch's. I like Twitch, don't get me wrong. It's just I don't like the bullshit. And Mixer, I mean, they've had their fair share of bullshit with botting and all the bullshit of that, but, you know.
Well, I want to give it another...
You're right. If we're going to be playing their games, why not stream it on their platform? I get it.
I want to give them another look at, you know what I mean? I want to give them another look, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not losing it. It's just a side thing. And I've already belted up over there. To start something new for me and grinding is just, it's too much to ask. Like, I'm already bringing content back. That's a tall order in itself.
And hey, you know what? Maybe we'll do the Mixer thing and transfer that over to the YouTube page.
There you go.
For our game nights, yeah.
And see if you pick up Gears.
Maybe we can just stream the games and do it that way.
If you pick up the game, let's say me and you pick up Gears of War 5, if we have the Game Pass, we could co-stream it together.
There you go. Yeah, Drill Man. Yeah, Drill Man, we're down with Stardew. Hell yeah, me go getting you and Metro. Or if this guy, if he wants to join, if he plays Stardew. I don't know. Do you play Stardew?
No, not my kind of game.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Then it's the four of us.
I'll admit it's not my kind of game, but I will watch you guys and support it.
He's not a Farmer John kind of guy. I see.
Well, if you want to, Brimstone, we could do Farming Simulator.
I want to get that. Did you see the
American Truck Simulator?
No. Did you see the new one that came out on Steam?
No.
Weed Simulator.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God.
I would totally buy that, just so you know.
But I am still gonna be from here on out. It's gonna be Twitch for a while. Until some major, like, it won't be in every. It'll be here and there. I'm a hypocrite, man. No, I will admit this in the game talks. I am a hypocrite when it comes to things sometimes.
That's good.
I talk so much. I'm so much shit about Mixer, man. I'm like, it's a bad platform. It's bad. It's this, that, and the third.
Yeah, but
I'm realizing that I looked at it the other day. I have a big following on there. I have like 375 people.
And see, that's kind of why I want to like start doing stuff for Brimstone's Gaming again, because I have a huge following there. I got over 1,500 subscribers.
And for me to start over on Facebook, I mean, for me to go over to Facebook and stream on it, I'm a quality snob. Okay, I'll admit it. I'm a quality snob, and I just don't like the fact that it ain't quality. To me.
Yeah, because, you know,
it's a watered down experience, and it's like,
yeah, you know, streaming on another rig for 720p.
Well, no, another thing is you know, I built these PCs. I built these PCs for a reason.
Yeah, I know.
To have high quality, and to me, when you're dumbing down the quality to make it look better, it doesn't look good to the person to me.
True.
But that's just me. But Brimstone said he was doing Facebook streaming, so I want to see how his experience goes with it. Or he may not.
So the Facebook streaming part, right? So the Facebook streaming part is going to be military shooters. Ooh. Like serious military shooters. We're talking Insurgency. We're talking Squad. We're talking maybe even Arma. I don't know if they
Dirty Bomb?
Dirty Bomb. I thought Dirty Bomb is no longer, right? Like, didn't they take their servers off?
No, it still exists.
Really?
Yeah, still exists. Iron Sight's coming back to Steam. That's exciting.
Yeah, they're bringing in a whole lot of content, by the way. So if you guys don't know, Iron Sight's a pretty much Call of Duty alternative for PC. And it's free to play, and it's really good. And right now, the community is thriving. They're doing extremely well over here, better than they are in the UK, evidently, from what one of our viewers were talking to us the other night when we were streaming together. I guess in the UK and the EU servers are pretty much dead. But over here in America, they are booming over here. So they're bringing it back to Steam. A lot of new content's coming, more guns, more optimization.
A lot of my friends, a lot of friends of ours are starting to pick it up. It's a free to play. It's something that you could just relax, sit back, and just play and don't give a shit.
But like,
it's not like a Call of Duty. Oh my god, I gotta be ultra competitive.
Well, see, that's the thing with my Facebook stuff. I'm looking at that being somewhat of a milsim situation where I take the game a little too seriously, but I want to see how it turns out. You know what I mean? To do call outs. It's gonna be like a precursor to me taking Overwatch seriously to see if I could do it. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll join you on the competitive shit. I'll join you on the Overwatch competitive. I've done it before. At least I can probably get out a low tier bronze. That would be great.
Yeah, definitely.
Once in my life on PC. But there's a lot of content coming for me and you. Like pretty much me and you. We've already talked about myself and yourself. We've both talked about how me and you want to collab on reviews and do what we used to do 4 or 5 years ago.
We did.
And I think that's going to be awesome.
We used to do a lot of content, man. We used to do a lot. I mean, we would upload like 2 to 3 videos a day, just random shit. But now that I think that we're a little bit more focused on the gaming side of things, not so much of the hardware like we used to be.
Well, you know what I'm going to reopen up? You know I'm going to reopen up what I used to do? I'm going to do vape juice reviews. Any vape juice I get, man, I get loads of vape juice. Like, fuck it. Why not write a review about it? You know what I mean? If it's a good flavor, why not?
You know what, though? Like, I'm thinking about doing a giveaway because I don't think I'm going to be able to go through all this vape juice. For those of you who don't know, this man told me about a sale that they were having at Walgreens on Cosmic Fog. And I kind of went full retard on it and bought $500 worth. That came down to like $30. So I bought him out, and I have all this vape juice just chilling here. And he said this shit's only good for a year.
Well, that's what somebody told me, but in fine print, you'd have to look. Vape juice is particular. I have some DIY juice that's a year old that's still good.
So when this guy does his vape stuff, if he does his vape stuff and he does good with it and he keeps it going, for everybody that subs to him, for up to like, of course, 10 people, of course, because I don't have that many.
Oh, Jesus.
I will give you one of these. These are worth about $30 a bottle. I got them on sale. So if you subscribe to him and he does his vape juice shit and he announces his vape juice giveaway, I will give you this.
There you go. See? Yeah,
there you go. $20. They're like I said, almost $30 a bottle. They're pretty expensive, actually.
And then I bought this too to go alongside of it.
There you go.
This is for Nick. Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you guys this too. I'm doing a lot of things. I'm converting a lot of things over from my Twitch Let's Play wise. There's a lot of stuff I want to do. Like, I want to get into my Nintendo Switch, and Brimstone eventually is going to teach me Arena of Valor slowly.
Oh, yeah, we're going to play some Arena of Valor together. We are definitely doing that because that game
I'm not doing that on stream, but I will do that off to the side until I get better. I don't want to play it on stream until I get at least decent.
Oh, no, yeah.
That's my thing.
No, Dro, like I said, like, when he starts doing his shit. So, whenever me and him get together and we can plan that stuff out, we'll be able to put like an end date as to when these giveaways will stop. Because like I have a PO box now, so I could just it's not gonna cost me anything really to go over there and ship it out to whoever gets the giveaway. So,
and also too a lot of things. Like, for instance, what we're gonna start doing is with this show, it's gonna be on YouTube. I been off to the side putting it on my Twitch to get it out there more. Trying to get more people to come to this YouTube channel and give it a sub. We're at 195. I want to get to 500 here.
I was looking at the Game Talk analytics, and we're up 67% in our viewership, and we're up 100% on our like to dislike ratio.
Hell yeah, that's the way to be.
I know it, and I know the numbers are low, but like the fact that people are willing to still tune in and watch us even after this shit's been uploaded, That's nice. I like that. I think that's a really good thing. So I'm really happy that people are still tuning into the Game Talk and spreading.
And
this out.
I also want to say thank you to everybody that's accepted me part of the show. I know I can't, I know I'm not a replacement for Shaner, but I know that in his honor, and I know Brimstone made it a deal with me where, I could bring something to the table that's uniquely different. And I hope I've delivered in that. And, with the webcam situation, we're going to eventually get a nice overlay, and maybe we'll have some ticker tape or something down below to where you can find the Game Talks podcast where we're going to find it eventually. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're building the foundation, We're building the foundation. And I could thank Jace for that. Jace has been like a huge component of, pushing us to do more with the show. And he's also got his own show called Just Face It. If you've not seen it, you guys should check it out. Shouting out to Jace. Also, make sure to check out the Stream and Chill on Discord. Also, make sure to check out the place we always convene at, Twisted Nation. Come check it out. There's so much to take in as far as finding me and Brimstone at all times. Same with Metro. I know with Metro and myself, it's going to be Destiny. He wants to go play the Division 2, which I'm kind of telling him to hold back on that until the new stuff comes out for it.
Bro, we're definitely. First off, I just want to say this. Dromain, brush your fucking teeth, man. They're brown. Brush your teeth, man. Don't you know gingivitis is a tooth decaying disease?
Yeah, did you know that you can go get some Hello stuff and make your teeth look whiter?
You guys can stream in the Discord server and still get video. I thought that's what we were doing, aren't we? That's what this is, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what this is, dude. Like the black bar, this is Discord. This isn't some special thing. Like this is actually Discord that you're looking at.
This is Discord. Eventually what Brimstone's going to have is he's going to fill these black bars in with a 2 or 4. He's going to have a two-man overlay, and then he's going to have a 4-man overlay. And then he's going to have maybe, I'm assuming, some ticker tape down below where it's tickering where you can find the Game Talks on, and then you'll have like maybe some links, tickering as well on the side that shouts out the people.
Oh, okay, you're saying the server. Yeah, we're in a private call doing this. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be in a private call. Discord does not do it through servers unless I believe. So Discord just added, and I found this out. If you buy Discord Nitro, or you support a server with Nitro, and they go up, you can actually add animated GIFs now and whatnot for the Discord on the side, the icons. You can make it animated now and whatnot if it's got Discord Nitro on it.
Well, he's saying you don't need Nitro to do this. All right, well, that's something that we can look into. That's definitely something that we'll look into and check out for ourselves. Like, I'm not sure. The only reason why I haven't done that is because, okay, that'd be good. The only reason why we don't do that is because we don't want random people just jumping into the fucking stream and trolling us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we've had a few, even when the Brimstone streaming, that we've gone, whoa, that's a little too far. Like, we're into joking and trolling and that whatnot.
Like, I don't mind cussing and shit. You know what I mean? Like, I cuss like a sailor as it is. But, like, there's just some things that people were bringing up in our stream. Yeah, they were bringing up in our streams, and we're like, okay, that's a huge no-no. I'll talk about rants and shit all day. Don't get me wrong, but there's a level when you're live.
Yeah, when you're live and you're trying to be, abide by the TOSs, and then you got somebody that comes in and goes, oh, what's up, my blankety blank, blank, blank? And you're just like, whoa, that's unnecessary, man. What's wrong with you? Oh, you were streaming? Oh, shit. Oh, my bad.
Yep.
And then, yeah. And on Mixer, I'll tell you this, on Mixer, you don't know who's in your chats. That's another thing, too. Mixer needs to get better with that, too. That was another drop of the ball with them. But I got a lot of games to play with Brimstone. We got a huge list. Like, that list, we've been adding,
between our Xbox accounts and our Steam and our Uplay and our Origin, dude, we are nothing short of content. I'll say that.
I got to get him into Gears of War before Gears of War 5 comes up. I don't want to be playing Gears of War 4 while 5's out.
Is Gears Ultimate on?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Gears of War Original is on PC as well. And it runs really good.
Is the community still alive for it, or?
Yes and no. It's 50-50.
Oh, God! I was gonna talk about it too. No, you know what? Fuck it. We already talked about it. I was gonna bring up Crossfire X, but yeah, no, we already covered it.
We already covered it. What do you mean?
We covered it on yesterday. Not yesterday, but the day before's.
Well, Crossfire X is a thing that's coming back. Companies are starting now to see it as a thing.
I was talking about the game, not the AMD.
Oh,
stuff.
Crossfire.
You can bring that up. You can bring that. No, we didn't cover that yet. No, go ahead and bring that up.
Crossfire, they're actually looking at it as a thing. Windows has it baked in with DirectX 12. And now game developers are starting to take advantage of it because they're starting to see more people like, for me, I'd go buy a second Vega 56 and be set. Now they're starting to take it. They're actually with PCI 4.0 and with what Apple's doing with AMD, developers are actually going to start fixing their games to make it, dual GPU set.
Huh.
Which is really cool. They didn't say that at the AMD event, but a lot of developers are saying they're going to start doing 2 GPUs.
Like, I remember they tried to push that before with the R9 series, and almost every developer said fuck you to that because SLI was like the standard. So
AMD's got the technology.
They got all the major contracts now. So I think they could be in that they could finally shoehorn that and be good with that. Oh, you have you have a Vega? I didn't know you had a Vega 56, dude. So do I. Yeah, that shit's awesome.
We all have Vega 56. Metro, Brimstone, myself. We're kind of like the Vega family.
I love my card, dude. Like, I have never... Well, I take that back. I loved my R9 card. I did. I loved that thing. That was like the beast for its time. So...
Well, see, to get me off of dual PCs, here's what it's going to take.
32 cores?
No, what it will take is that 16 core. I would have to see somebody have it before me, and I'd have to see their performance.
Oh, so you're waiting on me. That's fine.
Well, I want to see reviews by big YouTubers as well and see where all the numbers are lie. Is AMD selling bullshit? You know what I mean? Is it really what it's all cracked up to be? Because we all know this. They showed the Vega 7 and it wasn't all cracked up to what it was supposed to be.
And it was only a minor improvement, too. Like, it wasn't even a major improvement. That's why we got our 56s, because me and him were actually looking at 7s at one point.
I want to see what they're going to do.
That was a close call.
With the X570 boards, too. I want to see, how all of it's going to pan out in July. So everything's getting released on July 7th, a week before my birthday, my 28th birthday. Everything's getting released 11 days before my birthday. So, we're going to...
I guess what I saw at Walmart today?
What?
I saw low-end laptops that are optimized with AMD, gaming and streaming for $300.
Yeah.
They just launched them today. I saw them. I looked at them. They're doing the Optane thing with the RAM. Dude, it looks tempting. It looks really tempting. Like, there was one that was even stated to, like, you're able to stream with it and be fine. That is good. And the Xbox Game Hub that they just put out, it's an 8 gigabyte USB hub. And this thing is $145 for 8 terabytes.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, it's pretty worth it. And also, so guys, if my CPU is a Ryzen 1800X. The 1800X is a great processor. I upgraded to the 2700 and then sold that to a friend and got the 2600 because I didn't need the 2700 at the time for my main PC.
Now he misses his 2700X.
No, what I meant, well, not really. I have a 1500X in my streaming and it does just fine. It's just the board that I have is so cheap that I bought for it. You know, AMD A3's 320M.
It's why I always go high end MSI, dude. I will never go low end boards.
Oh God, I will never touch another AIM after my Tomahawk experience.
Oof.
Never again.
Your Tomahawk.
Yeah, I had a Tomahawk MSI Tomahawk B350.
You had issues with it?
Yeah, it died. It died within the year and a half I owned it. And you know, it's funny. They told me there was nothing wrong with the board, so they sent it back to me RMA wise. Ding! I still have it. It's in the drawer. It don't work. I put a CPU on it. It don't work. It doesn't even boot.
Dude, that's so weird, dude. Like, I've never had an. It's funny because I've heard Gigabyte boards have issues, and I heard Asus boards had issues. So
I know Gigabyte with me, I've never had an issue with them.
And see,
even with the Intel boards, I've never had an issue.
And so that's why I've always gone MSI, because I've always heard these fucking nightmares about those two. So I was like, okay, I'll just go high end MSI for forever, and that's what I've done.
And what board did you go with for MSI?
Both MSI boards are platinums. I always.
Oh, okay. It's the low MSI shit that you have to worry about. It's not their high end. Their high end is perfectly fine. Their low end, I've heard nothing but horror stories.
Yeah, like the platinums, I always go platinum because I've never had a bad platinum board. My old i7-920 that's behind me still works, and it still supports both SLI and Crossfire. It was the first board to do it.
And also ASRock, I've heard the higher end ASRock boards are great. The lower end shit is bad. So it's kind of that way. The same with that. And Asus, I've heard that they just like to overclock your CPU way too far.
Oh, okay.
With their software. And that's the only problem. I would go, my next board, if I had an opportunity and I want to go outside the box, I would probably go X570, and I would probably go the Godlike board from MSI. With the two giant you probably seen the Godlike. It's purple. It has a purple light that goes around it, and it has two heat sinks on two sides.
It's
two massive heat sinks.
Yeah, it's built out of the same components that mine is. It's a military grade motherboard.
Yeah,
military
it's really nice looking.
Grade motherboard. Think about that. That's insane.
And they have heat sinks for all the NVMe drives. They have like 6 NVMe drives you can put on that thing. It's like that's pretty sick.
It's funny you're saying that, Drum Man, because I'm thinking about doing that with my old 920 when I give Val my 4770K. I'm gonna buy probably about 4 of the 8 terabyte.
Make a Battlefield 4 server so we can all play.
Yeah, I could do that. Like, I have good enough internet for it, and if I could keep that system running on low voltage, you guys would be able to log into whatever server you wanted and play it.
Well, we pretty much covered everything. E3 tomorrow's in the Nintendo event. Any like predictions real quick?
So there was a clip that I saw on their Treehouse. They were doing the quick, run through of their clips or whatever on their channel. Yeah. And I swear I saw Armored Core. I saw the Raven chassis. I saw the Raven symbol on the arm. Dude, I am fucking hyped. If that's what I saw. And
Isn't there supposed to be Bayonetta 3 this year?
And it was cell shaded too, dude. It was cell shaded and it looked amazing.
How about Bayonetta 3? I think Bayonetta 3 should be a big deal this year because I played the first two, beat both.
I still need to play them.
Bayonetta.
I've been slacking, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I have been slacking hard.
Bayonetta 3, I'm excited for. I don't really care for Yoshi's Craft or Mario Maker, really. I'm not hyped. Stay right there. Maybe they did talk about Dragon Quest today. I forgot to mention that in the Square Enix. They did talk about another Dragon Quest game coming to the Switch.
Is so played out though. I'm so sick of Dragon Quest, dude.
Well, they're doing another Dragon Quest Builders. They did announce a new Dragon Quest Builders.
Okay, the building shit I could get behind, but like if it's a traditional Dragon Quest, no, I can't do it.
And then Final Fantasy's getting. So they're remastering another Final Fantasy game. I guess they're bringing out I think one of the originals, and they're remastering the shit out of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was the other announcement they made. So much, and then their online, Final Fantasy Online, they went hard with Final Fantasy today. Like
Dude,
online's getting more DLC and content.
dude, Reborn is a good game. I loved Reborn when I was playing it. I've thought about resubbing for it and just canceling out my Xbox Live monthly shit for because that's just what I thought. Um, because you could pay like $13 a month and have all the access to the shit. So I thought about it.
Well, I'm also, this year. So I know it's broke September. What I'm gonna probably be ending up doing is buying Surfaces.
Broke timber.
Rogue Timber. Yep. I'm probably gonna end up buying Surfaces because really, Epic's the only one not doing Surfaces. So it's either Borderlands or no Borderlands. It's coming to that.
Well, so with me, I am going to buy Borderlands 3.
Same.
There's not anything or anybody who's going to tell me differently because that's the way I've always been with Borderlands, dude. Every Borderlands that I've ever bought has been day one.
It's been great. You grind it and grind it and grind it and grind it.
Get the awesome weapons, fucking blow up the map.
Oh, max level is 50 starting. 50, so max level is 50. They did say that at the event it's 50.
What game was there that they said that like people were playing so much of it? Fuck. It happens again. I think it was Call of Duty. I think the max level you get on Call of Duty now is 500.
Well, so here on Call of Duty, so here's what they're doing on Call of Duty. So they announced if you pre-ordered Call of Duty Modern Warfare like I did for PC, you're getting a prestige token right off the rip. So you can prestige once in Call of Duty right off the rip. That's the whole bonus you're getting for pre-ordering this time around.
I'm pretty sure I'll be able to prestige before you even use the token, so you'll be good.
Oh okay. PC wise, right? I was already 4th prestige. Meanwhile, you barely got the game.
But on console, I was 5, I think. 5.
Well, you already said you're getting it on console. You're not joining the PC Master Race, so there you go.
There's no point to, dude. Think about it. Like, if you play with a controller on the PC, you'll be able to game with me. What's the point?
I play Black Ops 4 with a mouse and keyboard. I can't play it with a controller. Hell no. It won't go down that route. There's no aim assist. There's no point.
Casual pleb.
Destiny, it's mouse and keyboard. It actually feels better with a mouse and keyboard over controller.
It does. You're right. It does. Destiny 2.
It just took me a learning curve, but it was pretty. Most of my games nowadays, I'm playing with mouse and keyboard. It's there's no really. It's just the learning curve. That's about it.
Has been really long. Well, shouldn't be considered a new season now, especially. So I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about launching the new season soon. I'm thinking about closing off this season at the end of the year, and I'm going to do away with the episode numbering scheme that I've had for the last couple of years.
Is he going to go with dates and time?
Dates and times that are postmarked on YouTube, but I'm going to have a naming scheme just like this, where it says the things that we're talking about, just like I did in season 1. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do away with the episodes. And I'm going to keep the season thing going, though. Like, I'm thinking about just keeping it to 100. So this will be the last long season of
Okay,
Talk.
So to answer your Destiny question, so Destiny 2 is going free to play and on Steam. So if you already have it on Blizzard, you can move it on over. If you have it on console, you can move it over to the Steam version if you choose to. And you can pick wherever you want to start. Oh, they're giving away the first year's content for free.
Plus, now, Joe, on the Xbox game stuff, you could get it for $15, the season pass. I just got it for $15, and if what these guys are telling me is true, I'll be able to carry over all my DLC shit to the PC.
Yeah, with cross save, yeah. Cross saves you can. If you want to move your character over with all of its shit, you can.
But it carries over, so it's not a total waste, Drew.
Yeah, no, it's you. So if you bought it on Epic Games, Blizzard, and you spent all that money like I did,
you're good. You're okay.
You're okay.
Yeah,
it'll carry over. So how they're gonna do it is you're gonna sign into your Bungie account, sync up your BattleNet to it, and then automatically in your Steam, and when it comes available in September, bam, You'll be able to, like, Brimstone bought all this DLC for the Xbox version. He'll just be able to move over to Steam pretty easily. And there you go. And then all he has to do is buy the $34 version of $34 DLC pack they're coming out with for the Moon, which is going to be over the top heightness.
So yeah, I'm pretty much set when it comes to Destiny 2. I'll probably be playing it a lot more when that happens. You guys are gonna be seeing a lot of Destiny 2 content when we do PvP. Okay, we could do that for you. Dude, me and Rev have been cracked out on Destiny 2. I'm sure he wouldn't mind playing it with you, dude.
Well, I'm already doing it with Metro. I'm taking him through the base game because I want him to go through the base game. So when it does come to the free to play, all he has to do is go pick up the DLCs.
Yep.
And then he could be raid ready, so we can play the Leviathan raid right off the rip.
That is gonna be something. But we are coming up. I think we're a little bit past 2 hours now. I think it's pretty safe to say we covered a lot with this year's E3. If you didn't see the live stream from a couple of days ago, check it out. We covered the entire Xbox event. A lot of things to be happy about, and a lot of things to be kind of about. But you know what? It was pretty fun. I'm glad we were all able to be there together and do it. But I am going to call it, unless there's anything else you want to talk about.
No, so just Destiny, if you're in the whole Destiny thing, the base game level cap, I think, is 350. I think it's 350, and then if you have the DLCs and whatnot, you can go all the way up to 700.
Okay, Joe, we could do that. He says just go ahead and just guide his hand through the most of it. We could do that if that's what you want to do. But I'm going to let you know now, you have to go through the campaign to unlock pathways for you to get to those routes. So at least try to beat the game, or what?
Or you can wait until September and just play the free-to-play, and it just pretty much gives you the starting out mission, and then pretty much you just start out the tower. And then you can pick whatever you want to do from there.
Oh, okay. That's good. All right, so I will say this. You guys, thank you for watching. As always, thumbs up the video. Make sure you share us across all social media platforms if you have them. That would be fantastic. You don't even have to thumbs up the freaking stream if you don't want to. Just spread it. That's all I care about. Spread it. That would be great. Our analytics are looking really good. Our viewership's slowly coming back. We're actually doing better tonight. And since, what was it, last week, I think also there was a day where we were doing really good. So we're picking it back up, in other words, and that's really, really nice. More content coming down the pipe. I may even do game talk videos that aren't necessarily this long podcast form. So we might be doing talking points in the future about games instead of streaming it. So there's that. But thank you, Joe, for stopping by. Levon Kaysen, thank you for stopping by. Everybody that came in, Jack Williams and his friend, we never caught his name because he never commented, but he did thumbs up, so that was really nice of him. Thank you to all of the people that have stuck with us since season 1. You guys are fucking amazing. Blue, you're always good and welcome. Gangster, thank you for the support. I wish you would come back to us, so we could do this again as a three-man project that we used to. But we're gonna get off of here. And you guys, as always, have a great night. Go check out XP38's music. Always a pleasure. And again, thank you so much for the support.